Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Startup, the channel for business and entrepreneurship. And in today's video, we are going to talk about one of the most important skills you can have in literally any pursuit you take in life, and that is critical thinking. As an entrepreneur, you're faced with a lot of challenges every day, and having the ability to think critically can be the difference between success and failure. Critical thinking is the ability to use logic, fact, and reasoning to come to a conclusion or an opinion. It's a form of disciplined thinking which is rational, open-minded, and informed by evidence rather than emotion or bias. As Napoleon Hill once said, you can't grow and you definitely can't get rich without learning how to think. Critical thinking is a skill set, and it's painfully missing from today's society, where people are told what to think and where people make decisions based on whether they like somebody or not, rather than whether the information is actually accurate. This could be because we live in an emotionally driven society, where people make decisions based on how it makes them feel rather than actually looking at the data to assess its validity. Also, generally, people don't like maths and calculations, so will never actually look at the numbers that support or don't support a piece of evidence on the news or social media. Meaning, figures can be totally made up and society will just go along with it without doing the maths and fact checking it. Another reason critical thinking could be lacking is that we are a fear-driven society, and people don't want to be seen having a different viewpoint for fear of losing their job or status, which goes back to the feeling of wanting to be accepted by society. See, most people don't ever question what is being told to them. They just assume that if it's on TV or the media, then it must be true. It's crazy, but this herd mentality is down to wanting to feel accepted by society deep down, since going against the herd is a lonelier path which most people can't stomach. Having said that, why is critical thinking so important in business? Firstly, it helps you to make better decisions, and by taking the time to really analyze the situation, you can make more informed choices that are based on evidence rather than just going with your gut or making decisions based on incomplete info. And the ability to think critically means you're less likely to make rushed, emotionally driven decisions. For example, in a real world setting, if a customer isn't happy with your product, using critical thinking, your employee can find a solution that saves the interaction by offering a discount or freebie. Secondly, critical thinking helps you to identify and solve problems. When you're able to really examine a situation, you can pinpoint where the issues lie and come up with creative solutions that address the root cause of the problem. Critical thinking allows you to think outside of the box and come up with new ideas and create something that is truly unique. So by being able to analyze your ideas, you could figure out which ones have the most potential and then develop them further. Another reason why critical thinking is important in business and entrepreneurship is that it helps you to stay ahead of the competition. By analyzing trends in your industry and predicting future changes, you could position yourself and your business to stay ahead of the curve. And finally, critical thinking is essential for innovation, because by questioning the status quo and looking at things in a new light, you could come up with groundbreaking ideas that push your business forward and set you apart from your competitors. Now, running a business always involves some level of risk, but using critical thinking helps you to assess those risks and make informed decisions about whether or not to take them. See, you can weigh the potential risks against the potential benefits and decide on the best course of action. This will help you to manage risk more effectively and reduce the likelihood of things going wrong. There's also an interesting theory from Think and Grow Rich which mentions that we've got two systems of thinking, System 1 and System 2. It suggests that people often use System 1 thinking, which is quick thinking to come to a conclusion, rather than System 2, which is a slow, thoughtful, more rational way of thinking. Now, the problem with only using System 1, which is quick thinking, is that people don't question their decisions or look for counterexamples or even weigh the pros and cons of a decision. And this gets real expensive real quick if you're making big decisions in business. So it literally pays to have this thinking ability. But critical thinking is not just a skill that you use by yourself. It is also important for working with others. And when you've got critical thinking skills, you're able to understand where other people are coming from and find common ground and work together towards the same goal. These skills also help you ask the right questions and actively listen and give helpful feedback. These are all really important things for any entrepreneur. So hopefully after watching this, you'll become more self-aware and recognize when you're making hasty conclusions. You can use this as a guide to help you identify and solve problems, analyze data, and make more logical decisions. But remember, critical thinking is not just a skill. It's a mindset that can be developed and strengthened over time. With that, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. If you've got any more questions, put them in the comments below.